Welcome back, God bless, hope y'all are doing well. I kind of want to go over in this video because Mystic 7 did it, but I have a little bit of a different perspective, I feel like, of Niantic being sold to Scopely. So I'm going to go over everything in this video on what you need to know, just for if you're prepared as a content creator or just someone wanting to play Pokemon Go normally. We're going to go over all the information that's came out in this video. So strap back, subscribe, and I hope y'all enjoy. And if you're someone that likes to buy Pokemon cards and want to support a small business, check out majorscollect.com. I have it in the description below. Just added a bunch of new cards. So I saw this tweet. This is from Scopely, kind of their info that they gave us, as well as Niantic's info as well. So we're going to go over some important things from Niantic as well as stuff from Scopely. And then I'll bring up some important parts that literally everyone is talking about. So it's not that I'm going to put a lot of your rumors to rest. I might kind of just give you a question of some sort. So some of the important things include to achieve these goals, we are two major announcements today. So this is from Niantic. So first, to Niantic Inc., we have, let's actually zoom in a little bit. We have reached an agreement for Scopely, a world leader in mobile games, to acquire Pokemon Go. Like, just basically like a bunch of different games Niantic has. Incredible teams working on these experiences for $3.5 billion from Scopely, with an additional $350 million cash. That's insane. From Niantic being distributed as part of the deal, yielding is a total of approximately $3.85 billion. Insane. So Scopely's focused on building and operating incredible live services. Its exceptional experience working with the world's biggest and most beloved intellectual did I say that right? Intellectual property, and care for its players, communities, and game-making teams make it a perfect fit for our game. So already, that one big question everyone has is Scopely's background, like how do I explain this? You know how everyone has like a reputation? Scopely has an interesting reputation that I want to go into in a little bit. And then it says, second, we are spinning off our pioneering geospatial AI business into a new company, Niantic Spatial Inc., enabling it to accelerate and scale even more rapidly, led by John Hankey, which I don't know who that is. Niantic Spatial will be funded with $250 million of capital, including $200 million from Niantic's balance sheet and $50 million investment from Scopely. So I'm either reading this wrong, or that is $500 million. All of Niantic original investors will also include to be shareholders of Niantic Spatial. So I saw this from Mystic 7's video, and I thought this was pretty interesting, that anyone that invested into Niantic is literally like someone who invested into Bitcoin back in like 2008. It's insane. Now, there is like some other things here if you guys like need to pause and read it. But what I really want to go over is kind of what Scopely said. Because again, the big reason why everyone was very, I would say not scared, but annoyed, and there's a lot of emotion when it comes to this game being sold to Scopely, because Scopely just does not have the best reputation. And the biggest reputation is because they're really focused on like paying to win for the game. So everyone's saying that like nowadays Pokemon Go is kind of pay to win. I disagree. I think that Pokemon Go is more so of a game where the fun is more enhanced when you pay. However, you can still have a lot of fun with this game, especially when you don't play. Like, there's a lot of times where, I still catch a lot of shinies, a lot of all that, and I'm not even paying for the game. Does that make sense? Like, this, I feel a lot of people are thinking that it's going to go straight to pay to win. So, we'll see what happens. I'm going to give y'all some info, and then y'all can let me know in the comments what you think. So, to go to some of, like, the really important things that I want to call out, like, you guys can pause and read some of this, but I want to go over some of, like, the important things. So, deeply engaged communities across the portfolio. Niantic Games have always focused on creating experiences that are made for the real world, inspiring people to come together and form meaningful relationships through play. Mainly talk about Pokemon Go, which firmly aligns with Scopely's belief that life is better when we play together. The Niantic's team's mission to draw people outdoors, inspire exploration, encouraging exercise, and create a connection has always set them apart in the game community. Their approach is why they've been so successful, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that was a little bit of yap. So Pokemon Go, for example, reaches across 190 countries and regions, spanning 6 continents. What's more exciting is how committed these players, called trainers, are to their favorite game. The average trainer spends 40 minutes a day discovering Pokemon in the real world. The community, which encapsulates all demographics, is drawn to the game in day out because of the social connection. Okay, I am dyslexic, so I'm going to have to skip some of these words. But at Scopely, our games are also designed to foster highly social experiences. We aim every day to build never-ending digital playgrounds, often based on beloved entertainment brands, to welcome home a deeply engaged player community that inspires every day. So, obviously, Scopely's trying to come at this and be like, hey, we know your game is engaging, we know your game is awesome, and I think what Scopely's trying to do is, obviously, I can tell that there's more hate than there is love when it comes to this purchase. That's pretty obvious. You can tell from any comment section on Scopely being bought. But I personally think that it seems like, obviously, they're coming at it in a good way. They're letting us know that they know about the game, which I think is important, because there is times where something gets bought from a different company and then the company just gets completely plumped because they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. They know nothing about the game. However, when it comes to Scopely, at least it seems like from this article that they have some type of idea about the game, have an idea about part of the community, which I think is very important. So we'll just read this part as well. Few games in the world have delivered the level of durability to scale out to Pokemon Go. And that's what a lot of people, I feel like, don't realize. Like, on the outside perspective, when I tell people I make Pokemon Go videos, a lot of people are like, I thought that game was dead. But at the end of the day, almost everyone does know Pokemon Go. Whether that's them playing it now or they played it back in 2016, it's just still like one of the most popular games of all time. It might not be one of the most active player base like Fortnite or like Minecraft. However, this game is so popular because it had like a huge era back in 2016, 2020. There's still a bunch of players nowadays, and even more, especially with the PTCG online app that made Pokemon even larger. So with over 100 million players last year, is crazy. Pokemon Go has remained a top 10 mobile title ever since the launch of 2016. So even with evidence showing here, I don't know how this is backed up, but that's pretty huge. That is ginormous. There's so many. There's the Clash of Clans, Minecraft, Subway Surfer, Jetpack Joyride. All of these games, like, there's so many games on mobile, and the fact that it's the top 10 just shows how big the game is. And I think that's obviously another way of looking business-wise on Scopely, the main reason of picking up this game. And also, I guess, I mean, there's a lot of things obviously to look at it. Like, business-wise, you can Scopely probably saw some of the analytics of Pokemon Go, probably noticed how much purchasing power they had. So there's definitely a lot of things, but hopefully it doesn't go to a money game. It's an experience made for the real world, with players exploring an astonishing 30 billion miles over the game lifetime. That's another thing as well, is that this game is like super fun, but it also gets any age range to go walk around and, you know, experience life a bit more, which I don't know about you, but whenever I'm like sad or feel down, going on a walk is one of the best things possible. And if I could add on something that I enjoy even more in my hobby in Pokemon, and I'm able to do that all while being healthy going outside, that's killing two birds with one stone. And I think Scopely definitely realizes how beneficial this game is and how this game is going to last a long time. And even with this purchase, by the way, I 100% believe that this isn't going to change how many players are going to play the game, personally. Unless there's one aspect that I think might change the game slightly. However, I don't think Scopely's coming into this wanting to make huge changes to the game. Like, I know they're going to do some changes, don't get me wrong, but I don't think people are thinking that they're going to like put in ads, you know, as soon as they load into the game, or ads before they catch a shiny. I genuinely don't think that they're going to put ads in the game. Now, this is just like a speculation, but I think that Scopely knows that if they put ads into the game, it'd ruin the game. Like, they've had games like Monopoly Go that have been insanely pay to win, and a lot of people are very upset about that, and a bunch of games to where I feel that Scopely maybe has this realization, I'd hope, that if they're going to put ads in this game, it'll kill the game and they'll lose all their money. And if they're putting billions of dollars into this company, I don't think they're going to throw at us ads immediately, especially with the fact they'll notice the plummet of it, and I don't think logically that they would go through that route. I have a slight idea what Scopely might do, but I don't think that'd be the case. But it says, what makes Pokemon Go truly special is its ability to foster in-person connections. Pokemon Go live events attracts millions of attendees around the world for key experiences. Pokemon Go Fest, Pokemon Go Tour, Pokemon Go Wild Area, Pokemon Safari. The scale of these events is exceptional, rivaling some of the biggest festivals and events in the world. More people attend the global Pokemon Go Fest last year than Coachella and all this. So this why I kind of want to flow into this is I think Scopely, personally, I think they're going to put more of their money into some of these events. Now, this is one of two things. If they put more of their money into the events, it's either they put more cost on the event, or I think they're going to maybe run more events, or a third of that, or they might make, instead of 3-day event of Safari Zone, maybe they do 4-day. Like, this is kind of just an idea I'm throwing out there. Again, this is all speculation on what I'm saying right now, but I think if they really, because this thing, Scopely I think has some type of funding when it comes to the Saudi Arabian government, something along those lines. So if their goal is to make fundings, I'm assuming they're going to try and invest more into events, because events is where Pokemon Go makes their most money. Let's keep it a stack. Go Fest is the most exciting, gets the most views. Safari Zones, Go Tours, Wild Area, those events is what gets the most active players. That's what gets the most purchases possible, because, you know, removal, remote raid limit, and other stuff along those lines. You can kind of, from the outside perspective, you could definitely tell those is where you make the most money. So I think logically that Scopely will kind of look at this events and will be like, let me either make them a couple dollars more, which I don't think they'll do. Maybe the ticket instead of 15 for GoFest might be 20. Maybe, you know, remote raids might go up, whatever. I don't think that's the case. I think since Scopely, it seems like from this paragraph in specific that they kind of understand the game and they understand the community, and from their past experiences of genuinely getting so much hate for having ads, having it made very pay to win, I think their way of trying to make more money is possibly maybe more events, which would be cool. Now, what more events could they do? I'm not sure, because city safaris, I feel like may cost the most, because you have to find a different part of the country. Then you have to, there's a lot of things going on. And then the final thing I want to go over, by the way, is creators compared to like the game itself. Now, the reason I do that is because I'm a Fortnite YouTuber. That's one of my big channels is Fortnite, and I'm an Epic partner, meaning I get money for playing the game if people use my affiliate code or creator code, whatever you want to call it. So one thing I saw from Mystic 7's video, which I thought was interesting, was the fact that, you know, Scopely now has an opportunity to try and branch out like Epic Games. Now, what I mean by branch out, I mean reach out to creators and maybe make a creator code. Now, the reason I think it'd be super beneficial for a creator code is that Epic Games, a lot of the revenue, like I cannot tell you how much people, because there's people like big creators on Fortnite get thousands of dollars a month for people using their creator code. Me personally, I don't make more than like $500 a year off my creator code. However, that's still a good chunk of money. What a creator code is basically you put in a code and then you buy something from the shop, and then the creator, that code you used, gets a certain percentage money-wise. Now, why I think this would be beneficial is for the creators to be able to make a bit more revenue, which if the creator makes more revenue, then that could be more potential of the creator going more full-time. Maybe makes it so the creator can focus more on the videos, and if it focuses more on the videos will do better and just grow the game more. I genuinely think that Scopely has the biggest opportunity to grow the game even farther, all while, you know, helping out creators. Because if they help out the creators are obviously going to help out the game, and then, well, mostly that a lot of the viewers love to support their favorite creator. Like, I think if I had a creator code, I think there'd be some people in this video that would use it. If JT Valor had a creator code for Pokemon Go, people would use it. Mystic 7, stuff like that. It would support their creator. And again, if you can make more money on that certain game, it might influence people to want to do the game more, which just grows the game more in general. Does that make sense? I think Scopely should do this. Now, like, I think what Epic Games does, I think it's like 5% like of that purchase. That I think Scopely should do that. If Scopely made creator codes for creators, and like this thing, their way of getting the creator code, by the way, is like you need a certain amount of followers, and like that's how you get a creator code. Like on YouTube, if they did like 2K followers, and then you could join, you know, whatever, or like 2K followers and like 50K views in the last 30 days, I think that would be, not only would engage the game more, I really think that Scopely has the biggest potential there. So that was like an idea I had. Mystic 7 like brought it up slightly, but I thought I could add more onto that, especially from being a Epic partner with Fortnite. I think that would be one of the biggest things for Scopely. So with Niantic Games business, our combined portfolio will create one of the largest players communities in the world with over 500 million players. Will also be one of the only game companies with 2 top 10 mobile games. So Monopoly Go is still a very popular game, and I was going to get sponsored by it from one of my Twitch streams. I didn't do it just simply because I was busy with some other things, but Monopoly Go, from what I've seen from the comments, seems like there's a lot of hate on it. However, I think personally the game's overhated because, I mean, that's simply how it is. Like, a lot of people, I feel like, don't realize that a game to make profit has to sell stuff. Like, that's as simple as that. As much as it looks like there might be money hungry, that game has to make funds. That's how the people that made the game can keep their job, that can support their families. Like, I kind of find it a little mind-blowing that a lot of people don't realize that the game has to do some of these things. So the people that are making the game, providing the game for us, can feed their families, can feed themselves. Like, I feel like, I'm just going to throw this out. We got to chill out. Like, chill out a little bit. Yes, it could be a little scary on the fact that Pokemon Go may be a bit more pay to win. Maybe there's, I genuinely don't think they're not going to throw ads in this game. If Pokemon Go throws ads in this game, you can flood my comments saying, I told you so, hate me, whatever. But from this writing, I certainly believe Scopely has made a realization that their amount of players playing the game will plummet with this. Also, even if they did throw ads, whatever, the only way I can see them throwing in ads to where it genuinely will affect us, or it won't affect us, if they did it like as you're loading in. As you're loading in isn't that bad because you're already on a loading screen. Like, that's not, I don't think that's big of an issue. I can see where people could be upset if they put ads in like right before a raid ends, you know, right after a raid, or I can see where the annoyance could be, but I genuinely don't think this is going to be the case. I do not think that they're going to put ads in the game, especially if they plan on doing these big events. They know if they put ads on these big events, no, not that many people would play them. Like, that's, I mean, you know what I thought now? Imagine, like, you're buying a ticket and it goes, when you buy the ticket, you won't get ads during this event. Okay, I can kind of see where you guys could see that. I can already hear the comments before reading them. But again, this game has been up for so many years. If they didn't put ads in the first place, I think it'd throw off the game too much, and I don't think they would. So, other than that, there's like a couple things. Like, the transaction represents one of the largest game deals made by a private company in the last decade, ranking alongside Scopely's own acquisition by Savvy in 2023, $4.9 billion. So, Scopely has a lot of money. Like, they have billions, which is kind of why I think that they're not going to try and go money hungry for this game. Like, yes, they spent billions of dollars and they want to make the money back, but I think, and hopefully, you know, Mystic 7 or a larger creator, because I only have 5,000 followers, Scopely's not going to look at me. I hope that someone larger in the community, you know, is able to talk to Scopely and provide this creator code idea, because I genuinely think the creator code idea would not only make the game a lot of money, and if they do this creator code route, I don't think that they'll put ads if they do creator code, because creator code would genuinely give them more money than ads. I genuinely believe that. And you can, you know, disagree, whatever, in the comments, be respectful about it, but I think if they went the creator code route, helps out the creator, and like I said, if it gives the creator more funds so they can make it more full-time, it makes them more engaged with the game. It makes them more passionate about the game if they're obviously able to make more of a living or able to pay off more of their bills. Like, that makes the creator more happy, which if it shows more happiness in the video, then other people watching are going to get a better vibe, and all around good vibes just makes good things happen. So, hey, I wanted to make this video, and I really, really want y'all to let me know in the comments below what you guys think of some of this stuff. My biggest things I would love to point out in this video was the future of this, which I don't think is going to be anything terribly bad. And of course, Scopely and Niantic, like, since this sale happened, they're not going to immediately switch stuff. It's going to take a lot of time for this billions of dollar deal to process through the game. I don't think it's going to be that hard of an impact as I know of. So the next 6 months might be a slight change, but it's not going to be significant. I feel like we're going to see more of the bigger changes in like a year and a half of time. So thank y'all so much for showing up. God bless. Jesus loves y'all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.